That's right. The battle in Gujarat is our top focus and is our big breaking story this evening. Let me tell you what's happening at the moment. The Election Commission at the moment is holding a big meeting to decide on the Congress's claim that 2 votes of its MLAs should be cancelled, allegedly for showing their votes to Amit Shah. The BJP has moved the Election Commission and urged it to reject the Congress plea. The Gujarat Rajya Sabha poll counting that should have begun at 5 p.m. will now begin only after the EC rules on it. And there are even reports that the Congress could go to the courts if the verdict goes against it. This is the biggest battle that has been fought in the history of the Rajya Sabha in this country. A high-stake battle between the two sides. Just listen in to the two sides, what they had to say to the Election Commission when they made their representations a short while ago.
पूरे मामले में हमें कांग्रेस पार्टी के व्यवहार से बहुत आश्चर्य हुआ है। एक बार वो आए, उन्होंने अपनी बात कह दी, हम आए, कहाँ लगाया हुआ है बात कह दी, अब दोबारा अपने और बड़े-बड़े नेताओं को लेके आते हैं। ये क्या मतलब है? और फिर कहते हैं कि रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर का कोई पावर नहीं है, और फिर कहते हैं कि ऑब्जर्वर का कोई पावर नहीं है। इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पर आए, हम लोगों ने स्थिति स्पष्ट की कि चुनाव पूरा हो गया है, हमें चुनाव आयोग पर पूरा विश्वास है। देश में जो अनिश्चय की स्थिति है, सिचुएशन ऑफ कंफ्यूजन, इसको नहीं रहना चाहिए। चुनाव आयोग के नियम स्पष्ट हैं कि कांग्रेस का पूरा आरोप बेबुनियाद है।
Seen by persons other than the authorized person of the party. That is a violation of the conduct of election rules read with a circular of the Election Commission. There are precedents where such ballot papers have been rejected. The most recent precedent was in Haryana on June 11, 2016. On June 11, 2016, in the election to the Rajya Sabha, a Congress MLA's vote was rejected on the ground that the ballot paper had been seen by a person other than the authorized person. There was another precedent in 2000 in Rajasthan where an independent MLA's ballot paper was rejected on the ground it was seen by a person other than the authorized person. In Gujarat, there is ample evidence to show that 2 votes cast by Congress MLAs were seen by persons other than the authorized person. In fact, our reports are at least 2 or 3 persons have seen the ballot paper. Those 2 ballot papers went in favor of the BJP, which is why unauthorized persons of the BJP saw those ballot papers. Those 2 must be rejected. Election Commission cannot follow anything except its own precedent of June 11, 2016. Therefore,
okay, so there you have the Congress claiming that this election must be relooked at by the Election Commission. Let's first also listen in to the man who's at the center of it all. The political secretary of Sonia Gandhi, who's been her political secretary since 2001. Ahmed Patel, bidding to win in the Rajya Sabha for yet another term, his 5th term in office.
So immediately complaint was filed, immediately, and returning officer didn't take any action. So now we have approached the Election Commission, Central Election Commission. Pardon? Let us say we should wait for till the Election Commission's order.
Sir, the Janata Dal United said that the...
forget about the result, let the result come now, let the counting take place now.
But sir, you're not sounding
No, I am very much confident. But let us, counting to hone do, Baba. I am very much confident. Yeah, kya baat kar rahe hain?
So what's at stake? Remember, to win an election in the Rajya Sabha, you need a certain number of votes. Ahmed Patel is at that space where 1 vote could make all the difference. He claims he has the support of 43 Congress MLAs. He needs 45 to win. Now, where does he get those 45? He is hoping to have got 1 from the Janata Dal United, 1 of their independent MLAs, Janata Dal United MLAs, Chotu Wasawa, and at least 1 from the NCP, Boski Patel. If he gets those 2, he could go through. So why the nervousness? Why this high stakes battle? Why is the country's political class being held hostage in a way? Why is every major politician making his way to the election commission? What is so important about this election that the country and indeed the media has focused relentlessly on this election this evening? Joining me now, GVL Narasimha Rao, National Spokesperson BJP, Gaurav Gogoi, MP and Spokesperson Congress. I'm also joined in the studio by Ajit Jha, Editor Research at India Today. Thank you all very much for joining us. I want to understand from each of you, Gaurav Gogoi, the Congress party, is this a sign of nervousness that in the space of a few hours, you have gone to the Election Commission twice to claim that this election should be re-looked at, 2 MLAs should be disqualified because you now claim that they showed their votes to Amit Shah? Is this a sign that you are nervous and that you are losing? Or is this a sign that you are simply worried about what rabbit out of the hat Amit Shah and Narendra Modi will pull out? Why are you so nervous?
Rajdeep, let me make it very clear. It's not a sign of nervousness. It is, in fact, a sign to all those critics who think that Congress is no longer politically relevant. Congress is very much alive and fighting, and we will continue to do the role of an opposition party. And today what is at stake is the legitimacy of electoral democracy. Should governments be formed through an election, or should governments, as the BJP tries to do, should be formed while overcoming the mandate of the people?
It's not a mandate of the people, Gaurav Gogoi. This is an indirect election. 1 minute. 1 minute. This is an indirect election. Gaurav Gogoi, this is an indirect election, and I will ask my producer after a while to put out how an indirect election works and why Ahmed Patel is so important. Now, in an indirect election involving MLAs, you are holding the country to ransom.
Rajdeep, may I come in?
Yes.
May I come in now? Rajdeep, may I come in now?
Yes.
I understand what you're trying to say, but the pattern of what the BJP is following since day one, whether it's Uttarakhand, whether it's Goa, whether it's Manipur, and now in this case, sending 4 union ministers to the Election Commission's office. What are these ministers doing? If this is not blurring of lines between a responsible government and a constitutional organization, if this is not subversion of rules, if this is not coercion, then what is you trying to say? I'm sorry, I think the media should be asking the BJP very strict questions.
Right.
Are they not senior party functionaries which can do this?
Okay.
4 union ministers at the doors of Election Commission trying to advocate for the cause of a political party.
Mr. Gogoi, you made your point.
Coercion of democracy, what you're seeing on television.
You're calling it coercion. GVL Narasimha Rao respond. That's a very serious charge. That the claim the Congress is making is that by sending the likes of no less than Arun Jaitley to the Election Commission twice, you've also gone twice in the space of the last few hours, you are coercing the Election Commission. The fact is the Chief Election Commissioner was a former Chief Secretary of Narendra Modi's Gujarat, was handpicked by the Prime Minister for this post. The Congress is alleging you are coercing a constitutional authority to rule against the Congress. How do you respond?
No, I think a constitutional organization, a constitutional body like the Election Commission of India works in accordance with the Constitution. Sonia Gandhi and Ahmed Patel picked their choicest election commissioners when they were in power for 10 years, but we never made any personal charges against them except unless it was blatant. In this case, the Congress, I think, actually has no case at all. Honestly, we feel the Election Commission ought not to have given a hearing to the Congress party today, because throughout the day there was no complaint and the votes had been cast, and
But
when the votes
timing
had
is
been
irrelevant.
sealed, when counting was to begin,
No, 1 minute, 1
having
minute.
realized that
If
the
you-
Congress party had
if
lost
you
the
have made a
election,
violation-
they
No, 1
now go
minute.
to the Election Commission as
1
an
minute.
afterthought. It's like in cricket. I think, no, Rajdeep, just 1 minute. It's you understand the cricket, you understand cricket very well, and it's like raising a LBW demand for the 10th over ball after the match had been already comprehensively lost. I think this is, you cannot have an afterthought. I think the election is conducted in accordance with the rules of election, and the votes had been cast. Throughout the day, you have never heard Congress party leaders making even a murmur. I think in the evening, when they realized they didn't have the numbers, they wanted to make a tamasha out of it. I think they, at the end of it, they want to tell the world that we have lost, but we have lost unfairly. This is the tamasha they want to create, but they can't fool anybody. The people of this country will understand the genuineness of this election, and throughout the day they claimed they were winning, and when they realized they lost, I think they cried foul.
Okay, let's just step back, Ajit Jha, for a moment, because you know, an average viewer is watching this and wondering, why is there this relentless focus on a one Rajya Sabha seat? What is it about this one Rajya Sabha seat that has made it this battle royale where both sides are going to the EC demanding, one side demanding that the votes be counted, the other side saying disqualified 2 votes? Why is this such a prestige battle? What is it about this election unlike any other Rajya Sabha election possibly in the history of this country?
Well, number one, Ahmed Patel, he is the Galahad of the Congress party, you know, and it's a fight between the two Senapatis, Amit Shah on one side from the BJP and Ahmed Patel on the other. I mean, Ahmed Patel, after the Gandhi family, is perhaps one of the most powerful Congress persons in the history of Congress. So that's the thing. I mean, it's a major battle for the sort of, you know, the Congress's prestige war. I mean, the loss for Ahmed Patel is a direct loss for Sonia Gandhi, the Congress president. And the entire drama, the way it was played out, I mean, you saw the script, the way it was played out in Bangalore, the way it was played out before that. You know, getting the...
Sonia Gandhi versus Narendra Modi. Let's be clear. Is it Ahmed Patel versus Amit Shah because these two are rivals in Gujarat? Amit Shah believes Ahmed Patel was responsible for putting him in prison in the Sohrabuddin encounter case in 2010. Is this a battle between what I would call two Jani Dushmans at the level of Gujarat politics? Or is this simply Sonia Gandhi's political secretary fighting Narendra Modi's Man Friday, and therefore it's a proxy battle between the two most powerful individuals in this country?
Well, Rajdeep, it's at two levels. It's obviously a guttural hatred between Ahmed Patel and Amit Shah. You know, it goes back into what one would call Mahabharat Gujarat style. In fact, Gujarat was supposed to be a very different kind of state. Gujaratis are generally, the image of a Gujarati is very soft, unlike the Hindi heartland. But here, in this case, you see a very different Gujarat, a major battle, you know, which you've never seen the likes in the Hindi heartland at all, number one. Number two, symbolically, it is a fight between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Sonia Gandhi. I mean, both Amit Shah and Ahmed Patel are supposed to be, in a way, the Man Friday of both the sides. So
would I be right? Let's take that to the politicians. Would I be right, Gaurav Gogoi, that the reason why suddenly the Congress party, which didn't wake up when you lost a government in Gujarat, in Goa rather, you didn't wake up when you lost a government in Goa in March, you didn't wake up in Arunachal, you didn't wake up in Manipur, has suddenly today woken up? The sleeping giant called the Indian National Congress has suddenly been galvanized into action by a Rajya Sabha election in a manner that you were not even when you actually had direct elections in states like Goa and Manipur. Is this because this is a battle at one level now for survival for the Congress, and importantly for the Gandhi family? 10 Janpat, its most loyal political secretary, is battling for his political future.
You know, Rajdeep, you are free to choose your narrative, but for the Congress party, all this election is about is that the rules of the Election Commission should be followed in letter and in spirit. You have had a former Chief Election Commission saying on one of the media channels that if at any point, if the MLA or a member of parliament is casting a vote and he has shown the vote, his vote to anybody outside his own party's agent, then that vote should be considered as null and void. The Election Commission has followed these rules in previous elections, such as in Haryana Rajya Sabha, in other Rajya Sabha elections as well. All the Congress party is asking for today is that the rules of the Election Commission should be followed and the sovereignty of the Election Commission should be upheld. It is unfortunate that the government of today is coercing. Today, GVL is saying that these charges are baseless. If these charges are baseless, then have the video recording, play it out. Why are you sending so many ministers?
Woke up late
Why
when
are you
the counting was taking place.
nervous?
When the counting was about to begin, that's when the Congress woke up. That's the principal charge. You may well have a case that there are precedents. First, you will of course have to prove that the video footage shows that 2 Congress MLAs showed their ballot paper to Amit Shah or a BJP leader. A. B. They are saying that you should have woken up much earlier. Once the ballot had been put in the ballot box, hours later, you can't suddenly post facto wake up, is the question that the BJP is raising.
First thing, that the Congress party, at the moment it was spotted that a rule has been violated, the rule of the Election Commission has been violated. The Congress party petitioned the returning officer, and then later on, well within its right, petitioned the Election Commission. We are confident that the video footage will show our case. If the BJP is scared, if the BJP thinks that nothing of this sort has happened, then why are they sending 2 delegations? Why is the Union Finance Minister going? Clearly, they don't want the video footage to be accessed. Clearly, they have something to hide away. They are whining right now that we are complaining. They thought that they could get away by subverting, by coercing, by intimidating. And now that they are caught, they are coming up with these false allegations.
I'm going to, look at that false allegation. But GVL Narasimha Rao, you want to get into this because the precedent. Just a minute, GVL Narasimha Rao, you are a man of precedent, and there are 2 clear precedents. One is Haryana, 2016 June, where Randeep Singh Surjewala's vote was nullified because he had allegedly shown the ballot paper to Kiran Chaudhary, his own Congress legislature party leader, but someone who was not the observer. Similarly, in the presidential polls in Punjab, a particular vote was held invalid for that very reason. There is precedent. So why not allow the Election Commission to see the video footage without rushing? Without rushing to the Election Commission to put pressure. What is so important? Why are the stakes so high? I'm told the Prime Minister is monitoring every move at the moment. Why has this election become such a prestige battle? Let the EC decide.
The whole country is watching what is happening. No, the whole country is watching what is happening. Obviously, the EC will decide, and that's why it has taken so much time. The point I'm trying to make is that there may have been precedents in the past. Nobody is questioning that. But there is a time. Obviously, this is an afterthought. Nothing of this kind happened. They simply want to stall and subvert an election by raising a bogey. This is nothing but a bogey and an excuse for somehow derailing counting process, or tomorrow to cry at least a victim when the defeat is certain. I think, let me give you a slogan. Abki baar Ahmed Patel ki haar. I think this is certain. This is written in stone. He can't escape defeat. He is trying to become a martyr. He will not become. He will not get that status. It has huge significance for Sonia and Rahul Gandhi.
We don't need slogans.
They are scared of losing elections next time. They are scared of losing 2019. They were hoping to take the Rajya Sabha route. They were hoping to take Rajya Sabha route.
Murder of democracy in India.
No, just a minute. I am not going to slogan. Whenever there's cross-talk, my producer will switch off the mics. Gentlemen, let's not get into cross-talk. There's a serious constitutional issue to be debated here, and I will look at constitutional experts in a moment. PDT Acharya, who's been a former Secretary General of the Lok Sabha, will be joining me. Mr. Acharya, I don't know if you're on the phone line with me, but if you're listening to the 2 sides, do you believe that there is a clear case that if my vote is shown to someone else other than the election observer, I am disqualified? Is that a clear precedent? And can the Congress have a case, or is the Congress simply crying wolf?
No. If there is a violation of the election procedure,
yes,
laid down by the Election Commission and prescribed in the conduct of election rules, then naturally the returning officer, the presiding officer, has the authority to get back that ballot paper and cancel it.
Is it the presiding officer or is it the Election Commission? Because in this case, the presiding officer did not act.
No, presiding officer doesn't act. And then the parties make a complaint. Naturally, the Election Commissioner will have to take the final decision.
Does the election get stayed for that process? Because I was told that this election has to be completed by tonight. Even if it is 2 in the morning, it has to be completed tonight. Is there a rule like that?
It has to be. It has to be completed. It has to be completed.
Can it be aborted? Can it be aborted till such time as the Election Commission rules on the Congress's petition?
well, the Election Commission has to take a decision. You know, Election Commission is a responsible constitutional body which has to address such problems and which has been addressing such problems in the past. So we hope that the Election Commission will take a decision as quickly as possible.
You know, I want to come to you, Ajit, because what is at stake in a way is also a constitutional body called the Election Commission. You've got a situation where the Election Commission now finds itself damned if you do, damned if you don't. If the Election Commission decides against the Congress is likely to go to the Supreme Court, is likely to allege that this Election Commission is biased because the Election Commissioner comes from Gujarat or the CC comes from Gujarat. If, on the other hand, the Congress wins, you'll have the BJP, which may also claim that the Congress is simply desperate to win an election at all costs and is not willing to accept defeat. So the Election Commission is in a very difficult position tonight.
Absolutely. In such competitive battles of politics, what tends to happen is what you see is basically decline of a political institution. I mean, institutions like Election Commission is supposed to be non-partisan. But as you rightly said, whichever way it takes a decision, the other party which is going to lose out is going to attack it. And in this case, much more so because it's the Election Commission of Gujarat. And as you said, the Election Commissioner is a former Chief Secretary of Gujarat, appointed by the Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. So obviously, you know, the Congress is going to cry murder in this case because obviously, according to it, Ahmed Patel should have got elected. So in a way, yes, the Election Commission is in such a position, although of course finally it will be the Election Commission's version which will be considered right. Even if the Congress were to go to the Supreme Court and challenge it, I think if the EC goes by the law, you know, and sort of according to the Constitution, I don't think either of the political parties can play a political gamble here.
I take your point. Let me just then tell our viewers where we stand at the moment. The fact is that at the moment, the counting process that was to start at 5 p.m. has stopped in Gujarat, has not been allowed to start because of the petition filed by the Congress to the Election Commission. We've got a situation where the Election Commission at the moment over dinner is watching that video and taking a call as to what it should do next. Should it allow the counting to go ahead or accept the Congress plea first? I want to go to Akshaya Nath, who's at that counting center in Gandhinagar. What are you hearing, Akshaya? Is there any sign that this counting will begin before midnight tonight?
Well, Rajdeep, it seems to be a very, very long night here at Gandhinagar. It was supposed to have started at 5 p.m. but it's more than 4 hours now and we're still waiting for a decision. And inside, if you can see, this is the place where all those leaders have gone in, floodlights are out, and we have Amit Shah and very senior Congress leaders, Smriti Irani from the BJP, as well as Shakti Singh Gohil and many others inside, and they're all waiting for the decision from the Election Commission. And what they're saying is that you know, there should be a clarity, and both the complaint and counter complaints are just seeping in. And Shakti Singh Gohil has also tweeted saying that, you know, the Election Commission here did not show them the entire visual of what really happened. So they're even contradicting what the Election Commission is doing. They're criticizing them as well. So it's going to be a long wait out here, but it is seen that because of the rules and regulations that the Election Commission have to follow, it is said that today itself the voting counting will happen. Otherwise, we'll have to think about alternative measures as well. Rajdeep.
I want to just ask this to GVL Narasimha Rao and Gaurav Gogoi, and this may be a larger point I'm asking you. GVL Narasimha Rao, what we have seen in the last few days, is it good for democracy in this country? We have seen the Congress ferreting out its MLAs to resorts, first in Bengaluru, then in Anand. We have seen allegations, and I repeat the word allegation, of the BJP using money power. We have seen what has happened all through the day today as the ups and downs have gone as to who's winning and who's losing. At the end of the day, is this good for democracy, or is this a sign that in India now democracy has become, as I said, about bitter enmities and, according to the Congress at least, the destruction of institutions?
No, I think let the Congress not cry destruction of institutions. They subverted all institutions for 6 decades. And even the authority of the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, was completely emasculated with Sonia Gandhi running the entire show from behind. So let them not cry institutional degradation. As far as your question about democracy is concerned, politics is a competitive activity. There is nothing wrong with that. And it is the Congress party which has really used this parading of MLAs, taking them to a five-star resort and keeping them
I need to interrupt you, GVL. I need to interrupt you because at the moment a third delegation of your party has now gone to the Election Commission. This is almost becoming like a game of chess. One side moves its pawn, the other side then moves its knight. But there you are, Gaurav Gogoi, because the question will be that forget about what is happening at the moment. We will know in a moment what's happened at the EC. But the fact is the Congress also has much to answer for. At a time when Gujarat has been beset by floods, more than 200 people have died. What are Congress MLAs busy about? Trying to protect Ahmed Patel's Rajya Sabha seat. Now many would say that instead of focusing on building your party, mass connect, creating a sense that the Congress is a party where people wants to build itself, you are busy protecting Sonia Gandhi's loyalists. This is what the grand old party is reduced to. The party of Mahatma Gandhi, as you call it, instead of being with the flood affected, is trying to protect one individual. Okay, we're getting the BJP delegation. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Union Law Minister, is at the Election Commission. Let's listen in.
सारी बातें हो गई। अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी तिवारा जाएगी तो हम भी तिवारा जाएंगे। सर ऐसी जानकारी आ रही है कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं जाएगी तो हम भी नहीं जाएंगे। ऐसी जानकारी आई है कि फुटेज मंगाई गई है। तो फिलहाल रविशंकर प्रसाद साहब यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं, एक बार फिर से तिवारा जो है यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं और देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से इस वक्त जो है यहाँ पर घटनाक्रम बदल रहा है।
To have Ravi Shankar Prasad again reaching the Election Commission. Remember, this is the Union Law Minister. There is Dharmendra Pradhan. You can see another major minister. We will try and get our correspondents to ask a few questions of Ravi Shankar Prasad there and try and switch on the audio to that. But as we wait for that to happen at the moment.
Purely for optics, posturing, what is it? What is happening?
We have nothing for optics, nothing for posturing. But the Congress party is contemplating a third delegation. It is shameful, unprecedented. Congress party is seeking to put some pressure on the Election Commission. This is just not fair. Election Commission is an important issue. Whatever the Election Commission decides, we don't know what is there inside the ballot box.
Sir, but they have also questioned the RO in concern. They pointed fingers at the RO also in the past. Even though the Election Commission has said that the RO is the deciding authority.
Baseless allegations of Congress party of desperation. Unprecedented false allegations.
So, but entire government machinery seems to be here.
We are here as the BJP representatives. We belong to our party. We are representative of the party.
So, but how long is this going to continue? When do we expect the Election Commission to make a final call?
You have Ravi Shankar Prasad, Union Law Minister, Dharmendra Pradhan. Are the lines being blurred today between government and party? Ravi Shankar Prasad says he's there as a BJP leader, but he is also the Union Law Minister. Gaurav Gogoi, though, the question that I asked to GVL Narasimha Rao will be valid for you as well. What is this desperation to save one Rajya Sabha seat? You have virtually put the entire Congress machinery, now your own leadership also, at your beck and call to save Ahmed Patel's career. Is this the kind of democracy you want to see?
Rajdeep, to your larger question of whether democracy is in danger, I hope not. And today the entire country is watching the Election Commission. I hope it doesn't matter that the person heading the EC was the former Chief Secretary in Narendra Modi's Gujarat government. I hope it doesn't matter that union ministers, former law minister, current minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, Minister of Coal Energy, Minister of Oil, Minister of State for Law, Minister of State for Textiles, all of them today are camping outside the EC, representing themselves not as the government of India but as the BJP.
That's an interesting point you're making. That's an interesting point you're making. You are claiming that the lines between government and party have been blurred. Let's listen in then to Dharmendra Pradhan, the Union Oil and Petroleum Minister, what he has to say on that question.
Because we came to know from media, again, the third delegation of Congress party is coming. This is not fair. We have to fight it back because they are unnecessarily pressurizing Election Commission. This is unfair.
They are also saying that there is
is enough pressure. There is pressure from the union ministers.
तीसरा दल यहाँ पर आ रहा है, तीसरी बार कांग्रेस पार्टी का डेलीगेशन आ रहा है यहाँ पर, आप लोग भी आ गए हैं, तो क्या माना जाए चुनाव आयोग में ही अखाड़ा बन गया है सियासत का?
नहीं, देखो, चुनाव आयोग एक निष्पक्ष व्यवस्था है। हमें पूरा उम्मीद है चुनाव आयोग सही कदम उठाएगी। जल्द ही आज की चुनाव की वोट की गिनती के बारे में फैसला हो जाएगा।
आप लोग क्या फैसला सुनने आए या कुछ पहले भी आए?
ना, हम तो कॉन्फिडेंट है कि चुनाव आयोग निष्पक्ष फैसला लेगा ही।
कब तक उम्मीद है सर काउंटिंग शुरू हो जाएगी?
कर लेगा, वो अपना काम कर रहे हैं। मेरे उम्मीद है कि वो फैसला ले लेंगे।
आप लोग कॉन्फिडेंट हैं?
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
There you have both sides putting pressure in a sense on the, the argument will be made. Union ministers are going to the election commission saying we are representatives of a party, not a government. But when the law minister goes to the election commission, in a way, he's going in that dual capacity. He's not just a BJP leader, he's the law minister of India. Are we seeing the election commission being put under pressure both by the government and by the Congress party in a manner that perhaps is unfair? Why not just allow them to see the video and see whether there were any discrepancies, whether there are any irregularities?
Obviously, both the union minister, in this case more than that, are wearing two hats. They belong to BJP, so they are obviously arguing as a politician rather than, as you pointed out, a union law minister. But remember, Rajdeep, the election commission has a wonderful record in this country, especially since T.N. Seshan became the chief election commissioner, and since then it's been an institution with an enormous amount of integrity, and that is what is at what is at stake right now. The election commission hopefully will carry on that tradition, not get under pressure simply because the union law minister, or for that matter, as you pointed out, the Prime Minister himself might be watching this with a certain amount of interest. They should go beyond that and follow the law. And what is the law? There should be no reinterpretation of that. It's very, very important that if the secret ballot is violated, then in that case, if the EC feels that this should be the reason for cancelling the vote, then that should be followed.
Rahul, why is the BJP decided, Rahul Srivastava, our National Affairs Editor, joining us. Rahul, why has the BJP now decided to respond in the manner it has? It is one thing for the Congress, which is the aggrieved party, to go to the EC and wait for the EC to take a decision. But the BJP has decided that if the Congress is going to go to the EC, so are we. At the level of Arun Jaitley. Why is the BJP now so determined in a way to put pressure on the EC? What is the BJP's strategy here? The Congress seems desperate. Where is the BJP? If the BJP has the numbers, why is the BJP also so worried?
Rajdeep, if you look at why the BJP is doing it, I have just spoken to some very senior leaders in the BJP. Look at their calculation. What they are saying is the calculation they have, what the ultimate result will be, irrespective of what the EC does. Now, they are saying that according to them, Amit Shah has polled 47 votes, Smriti Irani 46, Ahmed Patel 43, Rajput has polled 40. Now, going by the additional surplus votes of Shah and Irani, if that gets transferred to Mr. Rajput, he has 5 more, so he sails through, Ahmed Patel fails. The other rider is, if there is a nota or something, one doesn't know. Now the BJP knows that these two disqualification of these two will totally change the picture. The figure will be down to 174, and then Ahmed Patel will be needing lesser numbers to win, and Ahmed Patel may scrape through. So it is mounting heavier artillery at the election commission, claiming that once it has been decided how many votes have been polled, the time for saying this vote is not valid, this is invalid,
we are getting an important point. Top sources telling us big challenge before election commission, and we'll get a former election commissioner in a moment. How will the election commission decide who voted for whom? How does the election commission now decide that an individual who has particularly shown apparently his ballot paper can be then validated that that was exactly how he voted for? That the big challenge before election commission is to actually decide whether these votes were influenced or shown, unless the video footage clearly establishes it. That's the question, and we don't know how the election commission will decide. All we know is the election commission believes the counting must take place tonight. That is what we are being told. But the challenge before the election commission is at the moment, how will the election commission decide which MLA voted for whom in what is ostensibly supposed to be a secret ballot at one level. It is a tough question, and I come to GVL Narasimha Rao and Raghavjibhai. Are you putting the Election Commission, sirs, under great pressure? The Election Commission is one of the few constitutional authorities which is seen to be neutral, non-partisan. You are pushing it into a position, asking it to take a verdict which, if you goes against you, you will not accept. Raghavjibhai, will the Congress accept whatever verdict the EC says, or will you then go and say that the EC was handpicked by Narendra Modi and therefore is partisan?
Rajdeep, we've been saying from the morning that let the rules that the Election Commission itself circulated, let that be followed in letter and spirit. You've had repeated experts and former Chief Election Commissioners saying that if the vote has been shown to a person other than the party's own polling agent, then that vote must be null and void. Let the video be played and let the video be the evidence on which our democracy should be tested on. Let the BJP not coerce the Election Commission into saying that ignore the video, ignore the evidence. That is why the union ministers are going there. They are telling the Election Commission to ignore the video, ignore the violation of the rule. This is subversion of democracy. Today there is only one office, the Prime Minister's office, and every other constitutional institution is being manipulated to succumb to the political ambitions of the Prime Minister.
Right. You know, my point is again, GVL Narasimha Rao, are you all putting, should a government of the day, should the law minister and the finance, he's the finance minister, Ravi Shankar Prasad is telling us I've gone there as a member of the party, but at the end of the day he's the law minister. Should the government of the day be spending this evening at the Election Commission, or isn't its act to govern the country? This is a party matter. You should have sent party leaders. Why are your ministers there?
No, Rajdeep, I think this is a very false notion that you are trying to build. Election Commission, as I stated earlier, is a constitutional body. We are not the first to approach the Election Commission. It was the Congress party which petitioned it. We only went in response to that Congress party's complaint because they were trying to put pressure. So I think when both sides go to the Election Commission, both sides give their present their case before the Commission, I don't think there is any way that Election Commission should feel pressured. I think you can say if only one party is going to the Election Commission, the other party can complain that maybe the other party put pressure. Here I think Election Commission simply will do its job as a constitutional body, as a neutral body, and we have no doubt they will discharge their duty. Honestly, in my personal opinion, counting need not have actually waited this long. It ought to have commenced in the evening itself, because the Congress party is only indulging in foul play by trying to delay and trying to get a martyr status for Ahmed Patel. But his defeat is certain. Maybe we'll need to wait for some more hours to understand how the Election Commission of India proceeds.
Why does Ahmed Patel matter so much in Indian politics? What is it about Ahmed Patel, a man who last won a Lok Sabha election, I think in 1984, lost in 1989, has since 1991 been in the Rajya Sabha. Why does this man matter so much to the Congress party?
Well, first of all, he was picked up by Rajiv Gandhi himself. In fact, he was also associated with the party before that.
He won his first election in 77.
Absolutely, he won in first election in 77, and I thought he won a subsequent Lok Sabha election after that as
That's
well.
Right.
In 89.
77, 80 and 84 were his 3 Lok Sabha victories.
That's right. But the more important point is that he was trusted by Sonia Gandhi, who has been Congress president ever since. He's one of the persons who, in Gujarat, for example, has played sort of a very backroom politics, but very significant politics in that entire Ishrat Jahan case, pushing that, and he has played a very sort of he's also got contacts with top corporate bodies, with politicians in every other parties. Sanjay Baru, for example, the Prime Minister's advisor, was sidelined by
Let's just listen into Piyush Gohil. Let's just listen into Piyush Gohil of the BJP.
In 39AA, a procedure has been set up where they have to file a form demanding that the election, that particular vote should not be taken in the box. after the vote has been cast in the box, we fail to understand what the Congress is demanding. How will they pick which are the two votes that these two candidates have cast? There is no identification. There is no way to pick and choose in a box of 176 votes which are the votes of these two candidates, two voters. So I think it's a complete sham that the Congress is indulging in. They have no legal standing. There's no legal basis to their arguments. What they are saying is baseless. The allegations are completely baseless. And the reality is that possibly it has dawned on them late, after making all the claims that they've got 45, 46 votes, after the candidate saying, wait for the counting and I will win, they suddenly realize that possibly the people of India and the voters in this election also are no more with them, and therefore as an afterthought, they are trying to create impediments in the conduct of a free and fair election. I would appeal to the Congress to respect the verdict in the democracy. I would appeal to the Congress not to use tactics which are unfair, which go against the very tenet of democracy.
But don't you think so? So there you have Piyush Gohil, yet another senior minister of the BJP there at the Election Commission. The pressures continue. You were saying Ahmed Patel critical as a crisis manager in a sense for the Congress party, but someone who's not a mass leader and may in a sense represent in a way the decline of the Congress, a party that has relied on these crisis managers and drawing room strategists and not enough of mass leaders. I mean, is that a sense that Ahmed Patel is perhaps fighting his last political battle? Should he lose now, he will find it very difficult to make a comeback.
He's certainly on the brink. I mean, only a miracle can save Ahmed Patel. That video clipping, that's the only shred of evidence, because obviously those who showed, or it is claimed those who showed their vote to Amit Shah or whoever would claim that they did not. So that's the only piece of evidence. So only a miracle can save him. And as you rightly pointed out, Sonia Gandhi used to be surrounded by people like Ahmed Patel, Ambika Soni was the other person, several other Rajya Sabha members who were not mass leaders, but yet very powerful. And it seems like as if it is in a way the decline of that class of leaders within the Congress.
I think it's also important that there are very few leaders of the kind of Ahmed Patel and Manmohan Singh who are powerful but do not have that kind of ambition that they can tomorrow overshadow the first family of the Congress. That's where Ahmed Patel was extremely powerful but never displayed that kind of ambition to cause any sense of threat within the Congress's first family, and that's why he was valuable. He could manage virtually everything. He could run the government. Perhaps that's where he's so important.
And I just want to tell our viewers, why is this getting so complicated? Because it is a matter of one or two MLAs here or there which will make all the difference. Now, we are getting you our war room, BJP's war room assessment. This is what we are telling you. The breaking news that we have from the BJP is that they are claiming that Ahmed Patel will fall short by 2 votes. They claim that their leader will get a win on the basis of second preference votes, that because Ahmed Patel does not have 45, they believe he has 43 votes and not 45, he will fall short by 2. Now this is what the BJP is claiming. They expect their candidate, Mr. Rajput, who ironically was very close to Ahmed Patel at one time, was a Congress chief whip, to defeat his one-time guru by 2 votes. This is why they claim that the Congress is desperate to disqualify those 2 MLAs. This is of course a claim at the moment. Now, one of those MLAs is Chotubhai Wasawa, who is from the Janata Dal United. Now, he in the morning appeared to be firmly with the Congress. The BJP then claimed he's actually voting for them. The Janata Dal United leadership in Delhi claims he's voting for them. But when you go back to Gujarat and speak directly to Mr. Wasawa, he says, I voted for Ahmed Patel. Just listen in to the craziness of it all for a moment.
अच्छा वसावा साहब, ये बताओ कि आपने वोट किसको डाला सर?
मैं अहमद भाई को वोट दिया है।
पक्का आप छोटू वसावा बोल रहे हैं 100%?
हाँ बिल्कुल।
क्योंकि अभी हमने केसी त्यागी को सुना, आपका सीनियर लीडर है, वो कहता है कि नीतीश कुमार ने बोला कि
केसी त्यागी हमारा कोई लीडर है ही नहीं। वो केसी त्यागी थोड़ी वोट देना आया, वोट तो मैंने दिया है।
अच्छा, तो आपको पार्टी से कोई आदेश नहीं आया कि आपने डालने का वोट बीजेपी को?
बोल देगा
हाँ जी,
मैंने वोट दिया है तो मान लोगे क्या?
नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूं कि आपको आदेश नहीं आया कि बीजेपी को वोट डालना है?
वो आदेश कैसे करेंगे? वो हमारे पार्टी के रहे नहीं तो कैसे करेंगे? अभी इलीगल चला रहे हैं ना, इस पर तो हम केस करने वाले हैं। हाँ, आपने
किसको दिखाया कि आपने आके बीजेपी को नहीं कांग्रेस को वोट डाला?
हमारा कोई आदमी नहीं था, वो कैसे हमको देगा?
आपने वो वोट किसको दिखाया है? ये वोट तमें जारे तमें त्याग गया?
मैंने खुद दिया है तो मैं कह सकूं ना मैंने वोट दिया है।
यानी आप अगर कल अहमद पटेल को केवल 43 वोट मिलते हैं,
अहमद पटेल को ही दिया है, वही जीतने वाले हैं, देख लेने का।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमारे मित्र सेटिस्फाइड हैं कि छोटू भाई वसावा जी का वोट उन्हें मिला है।
नहीं, बीजेपी सेटिस्फाइड है, लेकिन पार्टी किस तरफ गई है?
इन परिस्थितियों में वो ऐसा वक्तव्य दे रहे हैं, मैं उस पर टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन जेडीयू और बीजेपी दोनों सेटिस्फाइड हैं कि वसावा जी ने हमको वोट किया।
अगर नहीं किया होगा तो उनके खिलाफ पार्टी कोई कार्रवाई करेगी?
हाँ, बिल्कुल।
This is bizarre because you have a national party leader saying one thing in Delhi and then you have the state leader, the MLA himself saying I voted for Ahmed Patel, and that perhaps reflects the dilemma of these national parties that then rely on one party MLA, one man MLAs like Chotu Wasawa at the moment. What's the sense you're getting, Rahul, as you speak to leaders of the Congress and the BJP? Is the Congress also accepting somewhere that they don't have the numbers?
Rajdeep, the Congress is very tight-lipped when you actually assess. They have a sense of being a victim in this. If you see all through, the Congress is presenting, but then Congress always has the body language of a loser, even if it is winning, and the BJP has a swagger of a winner, even if it is losing. So let's not go about the body language. I think the BJP is working at a plan. It has tried to execute it to perhaps the best possible way. If the Congress is trying to get 2 votes disqualified because they had showed the votes to unauthorized people, the BJP has mounted an effort that the EC does not do that. Somewhere the BJP assessment, as we said, the war room assessment is that Ahmed Patel may fall short by 2, and that's where the BJP is attempting that if that 2 is so crucial, don't let the 2 votes get changed because somebody has gone to the EC. I think this number 2 is going to be critical. It could be the JDU or the NCP or these 2. Somewhere the election may get decided by 2 MLAs.
You know, I just want to also at this moment try and understand, as you said, the BJP already has the swagger of a winner, and the Congress seems to have the body language of a loser. Supriya Bhardwaj is at the election commission where I'm told sweets are being distributed by the BJP. They already believe they've won. Take a look.
कमीशन का ये दफ्तर जो नई दिल्ली में है, कहीं ना कहीं एक युद्ध का अखाड़ा बन गया है भाजपा और कांग्रेस दोनों के लिए। अंदर नेता अगर युद्ध लड़ रहे तो बाहर देखिए, यहाँ पे कार्यकर्ता हैं, ये बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं जो लड्डू बांट रहे हैं, जानने की कोशिश करते हैं। अभी तो फैसला आया ही नहीं और आप लोग लड्डू बांट रहे हैं।
एकदम फैसला तो हो चुका, सुबह विधायकों ने वोट दे दिए बीजेपी के पक्ष में, अहमद पटेल के खिलाफ, उनकी तानाशाही के खिलाफ।
आप एक चीज बताइए, अभी तक तो आया ही नहीं अंदर। सब
पहले से पहले बता देता, हमने ट्रम्प के बारे में बता दिया था 7 दिन पहले ही।
तो आप बीजेपी के वर्कर हैं?
हाँ, बीजेपी में। सुहेल हिंदुस्तानी मेरा नाम है
जी। कहाँ से
जानते हैं, पूछना उनसे।
आप गुजरात से आए हैं?
नहीं, गया होता मैं गुजरात, लेकिन हम तो यहाँ के ही दिल्ली।
लड्डू बांट रहे हैं?
हाँ, लड्डू बांटने खुशी की बात है। अहमद भाई जैसा हार गए बुरी तरह, जो करते थे दूसरों के लिए, आज उनको फल भुगतना पड़ा।
ये सेंटिमेंट्स है यहाँ बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता, और उधर देखिए दूसरी ओर जो है कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता हैं जो कि यहाँ पे खड़े और क्या है इस चीज का पूरा विरोध कर रहे हैं। बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता जो हैं लड्डू बांट रहे हैं, आप लोग यहाँ विरोध कर रहे हैं। क्या आपका क्या नाम है?
हम लड्डू बांटने का विरोध नहीं कर रहे हैं। जो उन्होंने वर्डिंग कही कि हमें इलेक्शन कमीशन के किसी फैसले का इंतजार नहीं है, हमें बीजेपी की तरफ से पहले से ही पता है कि हमने उनके 2 विधायक तोड़ लिए हैं, 4 विधायक तोड़ लिए हैं। हमें साफ दिखाया है उन्होंने बैलेट पेपर को वोट डालने के बाद में कि हमने वोट बीजेपी को दिया है। हम उस चीज के लिए, और बिना इलेक्शन कमीशन के फैसला आए जो।
Let me just get final comments before Rahul Kanwal comes back to take over this breaking news story from all our panelists to understand what this means. I will once again persist with you, GVL, and keep it short if you can, both you and Gaurav Gogoi. Do you believe what has happened in Indian politics, Gaurav Gogoi, is something that reflects well on our society? More than 200 people died in Gujarat in the last fortnight because of the floods. Neither Ahmed Patel nor Amit Shah have gone to the flood affected. But over this battle for one Rajya Sabha seat, they are willing to pull out all the stops. What is the message that is going on? Is politics now so polarized that every MLA can demand a price? You are now in a bazaar where every MLA can demand a price, where you have to take them to resorts, where you resort to this kind of politics. Do you think this is the kind of politics that this country should be proud of?
Well, absolutely not, Rajdeep. This is not the kind of politics that a great country, India deserves. And the people of Gujarat who suffered from the flood, they deserve much more. But please understand, who is setting the rules of the game today? Who is designing the rules that institutions such as the Speaker, whether it's in the case of Arunachal Pradesh, whether it's the Election Commission right now, whether it's the Union Government of India whose ministers are going, what can be more ironical than the Minister of the Union Government of India saying that Congress is putting pressure, we are just there to petition our case. If there's anybody putting pressure, it is the Government of India on the Election Commission, like the way they did on the RBI through demonetization. This is subversion of democracy.
That's your view.
This is the ambitions of only one man, who's sitting on the chair of the Prime Minister. This is not the democracy that our civilization deserves.
Those are very strong words, and he's a congressman. But Ajit, as you step back, is this bound to happen? Given that over the years, Rajya Sabha elections have had money power. The earlier argument was businessmen were getting into the Rajya Sabha. We've had the likes of Vijay Mallya, we had the likes of Subhash Chandra last time, all of whom have been accused by their rivals of using money power to win elections. That was one problem. Now we have this bitterness between Ahmed Patel and Amit Shah, which seems to have corroded a Rajya Sabha election, made it almost like Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier.
Absolutely, Rajdeep. In fact, the cost of the elections, the timing of the elections, the drama that we saw over time, and this whole business that, the Congress attacking the BJP, saying, they have brought democracy to a new low, coming from a party which started the emergency, coming from a party which has imposed Article 356 almost scores of times, coming from a party which used to use the same sort of what we are seeing today in the past. So I think the whole problem is the concept of a dominant party. When you become a dominant party, there is no free competition as such. The rivalry between two parties, is much better, or between two coalitions, than the coming of a dominant party. That is what vitiates the environment, brings about the decline of political institutions, brings about this scare where smaller parties, sort of MLAs, leave and sort of join the bigger party. Bigger corporate groups end up becoming sort of close to that, the dominant party. So the Congress was misutilizing its position when it was the dominant party for several decades. And the BJP, as the Congress alleges, is in that position today. And in the end, what we see, a man who was associated in politics since the time of Feroz Gandhi. Actually, Ahmed Patel comes from the constituency of Feroz Gandhi. Bharuch. Yes. So from that day, as close to the Congress party, as important as Ahmed Patel, is on the decline. That shows how the Congress is on a total decline on the defense, whereas the BJP is on the rise. As you said, laddus before the...
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there because clearly we don't want to prematurely allow the laddus to take over. In television studios, we can't. Political workers can celebrate. We still haven't heard the last act of it. This is going to be a long, drawn-out drama. My colleague Rahul Kawal will take you through that. We will follow every step. Our reporters have spread out across to all the key points where this drama is going to unfold. We have a long night ahead. It's the night, not of the long knives, but this is the night which will tell us, is Amit Shah the Shahenshah or is Ahmed Patel the comeback man? Meanwhile, the Congress's delegation is going back to the Election Commission. The drama continues. Keep watching India Today.